What if the next global war doesn't start with a surprise attack, but with a closed-door business deal? Right now, the entire world is watching the battlefields of Europe and the Middle East. But behind the scenes, America just quietly signaled that it is ready to give up its most critical ally in Asia. For decades, the democratic island of Taiwan survived on one single rule. If China invades, the U.S. military steps in. That one belief kept the peace. But following the high-stakes summit in Beijing, Donald Trump just shattered that rule. He froze a massive pre-signed $14 billion weapons package meant for Taiwan. And on Air Force One, he openly admitted the truth. Taiwan is no longer an ally to protect. It's just a negotiating chip to trade with China. The security umbrella that held Asia together for 40 years is officially gone. And the scariest part? Beijing noticed immediately. To understand why this is a geopolitical catastrophe, you have to understand how China plays the long game. Ever since the Chinese Civil War ended in 1949, Taiwan has functioned as a completely independent nation, with its own tech economy, its own military, and its own democratic elections. But to Beijing, Taiwan is unfinished business. Western nations look at war as a sudden explosion of violence. But Chinese military strategy relies on an ancient concept called Xi, or strategic momentum. The goal of Xi is simple. You don't attack the enemy head-on. Instead, you slowly, invisibly alter the reality around them until resistance becomes mathematically impossible. You win before the first bullet is ever fired. For 20 years, China has been applying Xi. Diplomatically, they forced the world to choose between Beijing's economy and Taiwan's sovereignty. Today, only 12 countries even recognize Taiwan. Economically, they tied Taiwan's businesses so deeply to the mainland that a split would mean financial ruin. And now, Trump's transactional foreign policy has given Xi Jinping the final piece of the puzzle. By treating Taiwan like a financial asset to be bartered, Washington just handed China total strategic momentum. But why should you care about a tiny island in the South China Sea? Because this isn't a conflict over land. It's a war for the future of human intelligence. The 20th century was run on oil. The 21st century runs on computing power. And one single company on this island, TSMC, produces over 90% of the world's most advanced microchips. The chip powering the phone in your hand, made in Taiwan. The advanced processors running the entire global AI revolution, made in Taiwan. The guidance systems inside Western fighter jets, made in Taiwan. If China takes control of Taiwan, they don't just gain an island. They gain a chokehold on the brain of global civilization.
They could hold every tech company, every electric vehicle assembly line, and every advanced cloud network on Earth hostage. The economic leverage wouldn't just change Asia. It would rewrite the global hierarchy overnight. If you think this geopolitical shift stops at the Taiwan Strait, you are entirely misreading the room, especially if you are watching this from India. Beijing uses the exact same playbook of pressure everywhere. We've already seen the warning signs, the brutal clashes in the Galwan Valley, the continuous rewriting of maps to claim Arunachal Pradesh, the aggressive military infrastructure being built right now in the Shaksgam Valley. China constantly tests the perimeter. They push, they wait, and they watch how the world reacts. And the brutal lesson of Taiwan is loud and clear. If a superpower's security promises can be bartered away in a corporate negotiation, then long-standing alliances mean absolutely nothing. In the 21st century, you are on your own. Taiwan already accepts this reality. They are building a porcupine defense, flooding the strait with thousands of asymmetric drones and mobile missiles to make an invasion too painful to swallow, even if America never shows up. The era of relying on a Western superpower for protection is officially dead. Taiwan is building its porcupine. The only question left is, what is the rest of the world doing to build theirs?